To get us started with the makeup, I'm going to prime my face using my Benefits Professional Primer. Then I'll be going in with my MAC concealer. This is their Select Cover-Up Concealer in NW15. Putting a little bit on the back of my hands. I wanted to work on the eyes first in case we had any fallout. So I'm priming my lids using this concealer, and I'm also going to concentrate the product a little bit on my inner tear duct where I get a lot of purple discoloration. Diving into my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I'm going to pick up this cream colored base shadow called Bay, and just using my fingers, I'm gonna pack this on my lid all the way up to my brow bone. Now I wanted a really light transition shade, so going into my Naked Heat palette real quick, on a fluffy brush, I'm gonna pick up this light nude matte shade called Chaser and sweep this back and forth in my crease. Back to the Huda palette, on a slightly denser crease brush, I'll be picking up this earthy deep tan shade called Sandalwood and also sweeping this in my crease, just not blending it up as high. Then taking this maroon shade called Bossy on a flat shader brush, I'm going to start packing this into my outer V and then flick it inwards toward my crease. Blend a little bit of Bossy into our crease, but again, not as high as the other two colors. We just want everything to be able to be seen. If you're having trouble building up the intensity, which I did a little bit with this shadow, using your finger may help. And then just blend some more as you go. Again, with this concealer, I told you, you'll see it again. Using a tiny little brush, I'm gonna start creating a cut crease. So starting on my inner corner, I'm gonna dab this product on my lid, and I really want that cut crease line to be very fine. And as the concealer meets up with our Bossy shadow, it helps to use the brush to flick the colors back and forth. But I also found that using my finger to kind of pat the concealer also made it blend really nicely. Using that same brush, picking up Moon Dust, which is one of their chromatic astral gold shades, I'm going to pack this right over where I put that concealer. Now we'll move on to the face, so dust away any fallout. I'll be using my NARS All Day Luminous Foundation, and I'm going to dot this all over my face. Now I'm breaking out worse than I've broken out in many years due to special effects makeup. So using this concealer before I even blend out my foundation, I'm just going to put this on a problem areas, blend it out using a beauty blender, and I've found recently the lighter touch that you have, I found that my foundation blends out a little more naturally. So give it a try. If you find yourself pressing a little too hard, try to lighten your touch. And I'm dumb, and I forgot that I wanted to add one more shadow, duh. So taking a pencil brush, I'll be going into Cocoa, which is just a nice dark brown shade. I'll take a little bit of paper towel just to protect the foundation that we just applied, but I'm using a pencil brush because I really want to concentrate this shadow just right into that inner corner. And by inner corner, I meant outer V, and just dab the product where you want to be. And then I flip the brush over and it has a nice blending brush. So I'm patting the color a little bit and then blending it out. Moving on to concealer, I'm actually using a combination of that Select Cover-Up from MAC and Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind. And because I'm not at home, I did forget a couple of brushes, including my concealer brush, but that's okay, I'll just use my fingers for this. And again, use a really light touch to blend this all out. We'll be using a new product today, which I'm really excited for contouring. This is the Anastasia foundation stick in the shade Shadow. So I'm going to use this right above the hollows of my cheeks, tiny bit on my forehead, and because this is a super glam look, I'm going to bring it down the bridge of my nose and across my jawline to soften it up a bit. First, I'll be using my Sephora Pro Contour brush number 77 to kind of blend this out. And for the forehead, I actually learned that you want to blend down, so I'm blending up a little bit into my hairline and then down. For my jawline, I am pretty much just bringing it down my neck. And for my cheekbones, I actually learned you want to blend up. So I'm just kind of distributing the product a little bit, but then I'm going to blend it mostly up. Even using my beauty blender after using the blush to give me a more flawless finish, just dabbing up. I'm not really swiping. You don't want to swipe, you just want to dab. Once I have all my contour blended, I'm just gonna go over all those areas just to make sure there's no harshness. I'm gonna set my concealer using my Airspun translucent powder. And I'll even take a little bit of the powder and go right underneath that contour line on my cheeks to really chisel out that contour. I'm gonna do brows off camera, so I'll be back in just a second. Now that the powder has had a second to bake, I'm gonna wipe it away. Line my eyes and my under eyes using NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I wanted a really bright inner corner, and the Huda Beauty palette didn't really have that for me, but this Carly Bybel Deluxe palette has this gorgeous highlighting shade right here. So I'm just gonna dip that using a small brush and then pack this on my inner corners and a tiny bit on my lower lash line. I'll use that same shade as well to highlight my brow bone. Back into Sandalwood on a pencil brush, I'll sweep this underneath my lash line, and I'm not going right up to the lash line just yet. Switching to an angled brush, I'm just going to make it into a point on my inner tear ducts, and then soften it again using that same pencil brush. Back into Bossy with the same pencil brush, I'm sweeping it on my lower lash line, but now you can see that I'm bringing it all the way up to the lashes, right above Sandalwood. I'm going to quickly line my eyes off camera, but I'll link the full tutorial down in the description if you want to check it out. 2 coats of mascara to my top and my bottom lashes using L'Oreal's Telescopic. And pop on my favorite pairs of lashes, which are the Salon Perfect 615s, and they are double stacked. To bronze up my face, I'll be using this Becca bronzer in Malibu Soleil, and I'm pretty much going right over those contour areas, but this contour color is a little bit warmer, so I just want to be careful because sometimes it can make me look a little too orange. I like to just go over everything again with the Beauty Blender to make sure everything is blending seamlessly. To add just a tiny bit of color to my cheeks, I'll be going into Milani's Romantic Rose No. 1 with a big fluffy brush. And for highlight, I'm going to use the lightest shade and the gold shade from Carly Bybel's Deluxe palette. And because I contoured my nose, I'll add a little bit of highlight down the bridge. For lips, I wasn't 100% sure of what I wanted to do. I know I wanted the base to be this black cherry color called Damned from the Kat Von D collection. So I'm going to do 2 quick swatches on the back of my hands because I have 2 other liquid matte lipsticks. The first one I'm going to be trying is from Rimmel London in this their Stay Matte liquid lipstick. And the other is Maybelline's Vivid Liquid Matte in the color Possessed Plum. After swatching them both, I definitely know I want to go with the more cranberry shade. Putting a little bit of concealer over my lips just so we get a more true color. I'll first fill it in using the Damned shade and then go right over it with Midnight. It does have a little bit of a weird scent. Nothing crazy, but I kind of noticed it while putting it on. Blot your lips just so there's not too much product, and then if you want to make this lipstick last all night, I'm going to put a little bit of translucent powder right over. So that is the makeup. I'll see you guys in just a second when we have my hair and we get my outfit on. For my hair, originally I had ordered Bellamy extensions, but unfortunately they didn't come in on time. All I did was straighten my natural hair, and then just to add a little bit of volume, I'm backcombing and then using my Aussie Volume hairspray to give it a little more lift and to allow the volume to hold throughout the night. For my outfit, the top came from Windsor, the skirt came from Forever 21, and the shoes, I believe, from Charlotte Russe. For accessories, they both came from Forever 21, so I have this little diamond dangly necklace, and then I have a diamond choker to pair with it as well. I'll just do any last minute touches to my hair, smoothing everything out, and then using a little bit of hairspray so the style stays all night. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!